When you're job searching, one of the most important things you can do is use your time wisely. And a great way to do that is to use productivity enhancing tools like Chrome extensions. In this video, I'm gonna show you 5 Chrome extensions that I think will really boost your job search. All right, let's dive in. So the first Chrome extension I wanna show you is the Teal job search extension. It is purposely built to bring productivity to your job search process. And so it works on a few main areas. The first is on sourcing and tracking your job. So here we are on LinkedIn. It works with over 40 different job boards. And what you wanna do is you wanna bring up this little duck on the side of the screen. And as you are clicking through jobs, it's gonna highlight the top 5 skills, and if it finds salary information within the job description, it's gonna pull it out for you. And this is if it's like buried in the text. So as I'm cycling through jobs, I can, 1, quickly see if it has salary information and what skills it has for me. So here's a job at Gusto that I think is pretty cool, and I'm pretty pumped about it. So let's see how we would pursue this job. I might rate it, and I would save that job. So now that job is in my job tracker, and I've got a lot of information. Since this video is not about the job tracker, I'm just gonna keep going with other aspects of the extension. So now I would want to potentially find a recruiter that works at that company. I've already done that work. I could try to connect with them, but the Teal Chrome extension also allows me to save the contact. And that's something that LinkedIn just unfortunately doesn't do that well. You can download a PDF of their resume, but that's not that helpful. And it's not even a PDF of their resume, it's their profile. But I wanna save this contact. And me and Santi used to co-work at, we work together, at least as Tina Miller. So I want to request a referral, and I'm gonna go ahead and contact them and give myself a reminder to send that out on Monday, which will then send me an email actually reminding me to do it. And so now I've saved that contact. And in this case, I will go ahead and show it real quick because what it does is pretty cool. If I view the saved contact here in my Teal contact tracker, you can see that it's pulled in the entire LinkedIn profile, the history of all the companies, the titles, all their skills. And this is something I can reference and use for ongoing communications. I can take notes and then I can actually attach them to a job in my job tracker. All right, next would be looking at companies. Maybe there's companies I'm excited about. I'm not really ready to apply yet, but I wanna monitor them. In this case, we'll do Gusto as well. You can use the Teal Chrome extension to save and rate companies that you're excited about. So you just save the company and that goes to your company tracker. And lastly, it's got great functionality to help enhance your LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn is one of the most important investments you can make with your time in your job search. So on your LinkedIn profile, you just click the little teal duck and it will do an analysis of your LinkedIn profile for you. It'll give you tips and advice on how to fix your banner. We've got a whole video on how to optimize your LinkedIn profile, so I won't go into detail here, but the Chrome extension really helps you walk through that process. All right, that's it for the Teal Chrome extension, but now let's proceed with our sort of application process and see some other extensions that can help us in that process. The next 4 extensions we're gonna use are gonna focus on networking and tracking those communications and doing some research throughout the rest of our job search, which is gonna save us time and increase our effectiveness. So let's jump over to our inbox. So we're here in Gmail, and this is gonna assume you're using Gmail because all these things work great with Chrome, and we're gonna compose a new email. We wanna reach out to a recruiter at Gusto. And we don't have the email address of any of them, and we're not quite sure who the right person to reach out to is. So the first thing we need to do is figure out who we're gonna email. And we're gonna use a great Chrome extension called Clearbit Connect. It's put up by Clearbit, which is a data enrichment company, and they give you 100 email lookups for free, which for a job seeker, that's great. So with the extension installed, you're gonna see this little square here on the right of your Gmail. You click on that and you do find emails. In this case, I don't know the exact person I'm gonna reach out to, so I'm gonna search for them by title. First, you need to find the company. I've already searched for Gusto before, which it saves it for me, which is pretty cool. But if you just type it, you'll see, and you get the company. And then you can search a directory of people that work there. And I'm gonna search for the title recruiting and see who has recruiting. And this is, I might want to do that research on LinkedIn and find someone who's in marketing recruiting. But in this case, just to show the value of the extension, we're just going to click in on a person, and you'll see that Clearbit will find their email address. We're gonna blur this out in the video because I don't wanna share anybody's email address in particular, but it gives you a sense of how this extension works. It's really powerful and really helpful. All right, so that's how you find the person to email. So now that we know who we're gonna email, the next thing we wanna do is put together that email and have it read well and make sure it doesn't have any mistakes. And the tool here that is a real lifesaver is Grammarly. It's a really fantastic Chrome extension that'll kind of be your little grammar guardian angel as you do things throughout the internet, whether it's writing your resume in Google Docs or the emails that you're sending. It's super, super helpful. So what I'm gonna do here is paste in some quick text into the body of my email, and you'll see that it starts to very quickly analyze it. And it looks a lot like the built-in spell check, but it's a little different. When you hover over, it's gonna help you fill in words. It's gonna find other issues. And so that one I had an extra gap. I used the wrong your, which I actually do a lot. And now it cleaned it up for me. There's also enhanced like premium features, but the truth is you can really get away with the free Grammarly throughout your entire job search. And I highly, highly recommend it. It's a fantastic tool. There's a link to it in the description of the video. The next thing we're gonna look at is really more of a sales tactic, and it may feel a little foreign to be doing this in a job search, but I think it can be a game changer, so I really wanna share it. A lot of times when you're doing outbound sales or outreach, you wanna track the effectiveness of your communication. First and foremost, is it even being opened? So how do I know if it's a good communication if it wasn't opened? And there's technology out there that will tell you if the email was opened or not. I'm not gonna get into how it works. It's kind of nerdy stuff, but just know that it mostly works. And there's a great Chrome extension called Mailtrack. You just install the extension, and what it does is it embeds a little image, and then it sees when it's downloaded. So anyways, here we are in our email, and you'll see that when I composed this email, I get this little thing here that's telling me it's using Mailtrack. You can close it. It's then gonna prompt you to upgrade. You can dismiss it. You get a few for free, so just use it sparingly. And if you're using it a lot, upgrade. But now that's gone, and I can see that Mailtrack is on. I can change the settings. I can choose not to track this email if I didn't want to, but I'll leave that on. And so when I send this email, it will track now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and send it to myself so you can see how fast it works. So we'll go ahead and this is sending to my personal email address, send that. And I'm gonna come over here to another browser window, refresh my inbox. Okay, so that message is sent. And now what you wanna do is go over to your sent folder and go to that email you just sent. And now you'll get these little check boxes, and you can see that I haven't read it yet. So I'm gonna jump over to my other monitor here. I'm gonna open up that email. I just opened it, and now you can see that it has 2 checks, and it tells you that it was opened a minute ago. Now this won't always work. You know, devices like the iPhone actually have an intermediary like blocking service that don't allow it to send the information back. So you know, I think I would count on maybe 50% of the time it not working. But if someone's opening it on a work computer, it'll probably work. If they're using a different email client, it might work. So if you're really concerned about a particular interaction and you want to get information from, you know, and you just want to sort of track that exchange, I highly recommend that you try it. It really can't hurt. And I think it gives you also like a good sense of progress in the job search, because then maybe if the person didn't even open it, it wasn't that you were ghosted, they just never even saw it, and then it can help you with following up and other things that you would do in your job search. So the last Chrome extension I want to show, I think can really help aggregate information throughout your job search, and it's really cool because it works on Chrome, it works on most mobile devices, and it can really save you a lot of time and keep things all in a nice, concise place for you. So as you job search, you're just gonna aggregate a lot of information, articles, listings, you know, things that are beyond the job search that you want to kind of keep in one place also. And the Chrome extension that I really love is called Pocket. It's like a universal bookmarking Chrome extension. And when you're job searching, you should be researching companies, reading articles about them. So in this case, if I want to work at Gusto, I want to understand their funding. When was the last funding they got? What does that mean? So here I did a Google search for Gusto funding. They raised a fair amount of money not too long ago, which is awesome. And I want to save that. So I'm going to click the Pocket Chrome extension. It's just going to add that little shield. And now you can start to tag it. I'll call it Gusto. And then I'll also tag it with funding. So as I find other funding information about other companies I'm interested in, it's all saved there. And I just hit enter on my keyboard. And now that's saved. And if I see other cool things here, like this is a link to the Gusto website, maybe I want to save that as well. Just so I have it all, and it's using these tags, which is really cool. And so now if I go over to Pocket, I can go to my list, and on Pocket, I see all the things that I saved. And I can go into an article, makes it nice and clean and simple. I can use the tags to very quickly filter, and it makes it really easy to put all this information in one place. And then you can do things like share these articles with someone at the company. Hey, saw this really cool news. You can use it to bookmark research prior to doing interviews. So I just think it's a really great way to put that all in one place and to stay organized. So those are 5 extensions that I think would really make a huge difference. They're all free. They can really help with your job search, and I really think they can boost your productivity. If there's other extensions you'd like to learn about, or if there's others you'd recommend, let us know down in the comments. Love making content like this to really help you boost your job search. And if you found this helpful, please subscribe, like the video. It's really helpful for us, and it can help others. So best of luck in your job search, and we hope to see you soon.